four, three, two, one, go!
Y'all, what's up, good people? Y'all know what time it is, baby. It's AA Sports, straight sports, no chaser. And you've got the super team of sports talk here with y'all on one half of it. Diego Barishnikov, the Black Dominican Russian, here checking in with my main man, my partner in crime, the 6 foot under post-up champ. Tell them who you are.
What's good, good people? It's your boy Uncle Hate, the other A in AA Sports, broadcasting live here on a Wednesday. We dead in the middle of March Madness. NFL stuff, NBA playoffs around the corner. It's a good time of year. What's good, homie?
Man, everything is good. Everything is good. Like you said, yeah, it's a good time to be a basketball fan. Like I said, March Madness is here, Sweet 16 this weekend.
Yeah.
The NBA season is finally winding down to the
Thank
end.
God.
You know, 10-day contract season.
To it, Shawty. We said start the season in December. That's the best way to do it. Too many damn games. They ain't gonna listen to us though.
I mean, I honestly like it the way it started though.
You know, we ain't paying it no mind till then though, because we dead in the middle of football.
The reason I say that because they still need time. Whenever you start, it's still gonna take most teams
That's
a
true.
little bit of time to get ramped up. So
That's true.
you know, we don't want them like March just trying to get right. But you know.
But you know what? I'd rather drag the season out past June because we ain't got shit to look at in July. Well, we don't really play baseball no mind till after the All-Star break, but I would look at that. Instead of ending in June, ending like the 4th of July weekend. That'd be dope. But they ain't changing that. Anyway.
Yeah, you really dragging out. I mean, season's in. You mean including the playoffs?
Yes. You know, because the playoffs end, first week of June? So
Well,
if they started the season a little bit later, you know, that'd ride through the 4th of July. Because that dead period after the NBA Finals through football, because, you know, we talking about a long NBA season. Baseball is even longer. So, anyway, we're getting off track already. My bad.
Nah. I mean, I'm with you. I think we just looking at it through our eyes because we mostly like football and basketball.
That's true. That's true.
So, I guess they all figured let each little sport have its little shine or whatever. But
that's true.
Hey, I mean, something different wouldn't be be bad.
Mm-mm.
Wouldn't be bad. All right, but good people, we appreciate y'all tuning in as always. I know we forgot about y'all. You know we get the rambling going sideways every once in a while.
Yes,
well,
sir.
all the time, but that's just what we do. That's why y'all tune in and listen to us, whether you listen to us on the Spreaker platform or through the Apple iTunes podcast platform. Again, you hear it every week, so we appreciate y'all. Continue to do that. Hit
Yes,
those follow and subscribe buttons. Matter of fact, leave us some ratings too if y'all don't mind. We need to pick those up. It don't matter how bad or how good. Go ahead and leave some comments telling us why as well, and we might be back. YouTube channel still up. So if you like watching our pretty ugly faces, hey, tune in there. All platforms find us on AA Sportcast, straight sports, no chaser.
Yes,
all right, we're gonna get into it. Kate alluded to a lot of the things we're gonna talk about tonight. NBA playoffs is upon us. We got March Madness. A few things in football happened this week. But y'all know how we start the show off. It's going to be a little segment we like to call something like the news, a little entertainment piece of the show before we get started. Hey, what crazy-ass news stories did you find for us this week?
I got more than normal this week. We're going to keep them short, but there's some crazy shit in the last 7 days. Did you hear about that fraternity at UGA that got suspended for the racist video?
There's so many of them going around. It seems like, I can't recall the particular one you talk about.
Okay, this one is for Tau Kappa Elson at UGA. They posted a video online of a student whipping another person with a belt saying, "Pick my cotton, bitch." Look, this is from your boy Uncle Hate. If you're going to be racist, I ain't got no issue with it. But why y'all got to keep videoing yourselves and posting the shit? Why? Now your fraternity is suspended. You know, you own the outs, and guess what their motto is? Better men for a better world. Do better, young men. Like I said, y'all can do what y'all choose, but you ain't got to video the shit, youngins. I think this is a follow-up from a couple of weeks ago. Yvonne Longmire, this young lady out here in Gwinnett County, she sat there and hired a gentleman to play her son to go claim a settlement he had. Well, you remember the youngin was missing. They couldn't find him. Now she's in lockup, but he finally resurfaced. Right. So she is facing forgery, identity theft, theft by deception, criminal solicitation, and subordination of perjury. I don't know what that is, but it sounds bad. Tough break, man. The young man said he's home. He was with family that whole time. He don't want to be a ward of the state, but he's good. So,
hey man, I'm glad he popped up because I promise you, when she was like, "Yeah, he good. Y'all don't need to know where he at." Right. I went cynical. I was like, "Man, that dude chopped up somewhere, buried in a hole somewhere."
We always go there, but it kind of be that way though.
Hey man, I guess we gotta start watching First 48 and all them crime TV shows.
Hey, it's real shit though. All right, this is a bit of good news. I got some good news mixed in with this. I'm not gonna butcher this young man's name, but shout out to that 8-year-old young man whose family was homeless, who ended up winning a chess tournament in New York. Mm-hmm. And he did so well, and people found out about this story with them being homeless. They started a GoFundMe page, raised $200,000. They got housing. These were immigrants from Nigeria. So he's also got a scholarship to a new school. You know, this type of stuff is dope because it lets you know that just because you start off one way don't mean you got to end that way. So shout out to that young man.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, let's get back into some more of the BS. All right, you workers down at the Atlanta airport, y'all ain't shit. I'm saying it, y'all ain't shit. Get them folks their dog back, man. Did you hear about this with the show dog that turned up missing at the airport?
They found him.
Oh, they found him? Okay, good. I ain't had a
phone. They found him yesterday, I think.
Okay, because I thought that dog was at somebody's crib. Like, hey, I got you a new dog. The dog was missing all that time. I was like, man, that dog gone. They ain't never getting him back.
Now, how long was it missing? Because I didn't even click on the story. I read the headline, and I was like, oh, that's funny, and I just kept moving.
It's been missing since about 3 o'clock in the morning on Monday. I thought that dog was good and gone.
Okay, gotcha. Here in Atlanta airport, too?
Yeah. They talking about it was what is this, 4,600 acres they had to search to find that dog? I said, that dog gone.
They had no tracking device on him?
As a gift.
They had no tracking device on him?
Nah, they ain't had no tracking device. The dog allegedly got out the cage some kind of way, which I didn't believe, but you know.
They might want to put one on him. And it's because a lot of dog owners now, they put the collars with the chip or whatever in them.
Yeah.
And so if the dog, get missing, they can kind of track him down. Especially for it to be a show dog. Now, if it's little neighborhood mutt, then I can understand why not. But I'm pretty sure that's a pretty expensive ass dog.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. This one here, Nick Menmo. This young man in Massachusetts. This is another one of them come up stories we see. Well, he ordered a TV through Amazon, a 74-inch. The 74 came, then an 86 came.
Right.
And instead of letting the folks know, Nick held on to it.
Mounted it and everything, didn't
he? Right. Because the folks, they sent a search team to his house over 86-inch TV. First of all, I ain't never seen an 86-inch TV. I mean, damn.
In a showroom, yeah.
Right.
I haven't seen anyone in anybody's crib.
Nah. The homie thought that he was going to be able to hold on to the TV. Now, he said that Amazon basically told him, you keep it. Well, that didn't work out for him. He was in police custody behind that, and he didn't see the reason that he should have been. I would have sold it.
I would have got off it real quick. But,
real quick.
The reason they came to his house is, they said they called him and questioned him about it. Yeah. And he was either lying or he was giving inconsistent stories or whatever. So that's what made him send the folks to his house.
In a situation like that, you get off that TV fast, real fast. You don't hold on to it. Somebody offer you $5, you take that $5 because that's a come up. But,
Yeah. I mean, he had no emails from Amazon or nothing saying, hey, they told me to keep this shit.
That's the first thing I would have said if they actually told me that. Or if I was on the phone with somebody, let me get your customer name.
Hey,
your customer service name and your badge number, something.
You got to send me that in writing, too, an email or something.
Got to have a paper trail. All right, next up. Did you hear about the Russian gentleman who got arrested at an airport for having a baby orangutan in his carry-on luggage?
Nah, where's he going?
Yeah, he said a homie of his had gave him the 2-year-old orangutan. He had gave the monkey allergy pills to put it to sleep. How big of a suitcase? You got a 2-year-old monkey in a suitcase?
Not a monkey, an orangutan.
and here's the even trip part about that. The officials, where is this at? They also found 2 geckos and 5 lizards in his luggage. So he just like animals, and he was out of the country and wanted to take the shit home.
Right.
I'm assuming you have to ship animals home like legally instead of putting them.
Yeah, there's a way to do it. So apparently he either was not supposed to be taking these animals out of the country, or he ain't supposed to be bringing these animals into his country. One of the two.
Right.
I don't know how you figure you're going to sneak an orangutan through anything. Maybe the lizards.
How big was that suitcase? I mean, I don't know how. I mean, orangutans get big, but at 2, it might have not been super big if he can put it in a suitcase.
They at least 2 or 3 feet tall. At least. That's probably bare minimum. You know what I'm saying? They probably, no, my son, he's about 4 feet. They're probably about J size.
That's pretty.
But that's still a big ass suitcase.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, that's not a good look. All right, this young man, I got a few more we're gonna get to work. A 19-year-old enterprise employee. Did you hear about this? He dosed his coworkers with LSD.
How did he trick them into taking LSD?
Well, he put it in 2 of the people's water bottles and put it in one person's coffee. They had started feeling dizzy and shaky, and he got locked up behind it. People are crazy, cuz.
I got questions. And of course, the dude that did it, he's crazy. Yes. But I think these people are even crazier. Is he just making drinks for the office? That don't really happen in the office. Right. You might have one person be like, hey, you run into the water or the refrigerator, whatever, you'll grab me something real quick. To get multiple people, like, are you the office do boy, you got tired of it? Like, how do you spike multiple people's drinks, different beverages from what it sounds like?
The coffee I can get because that's an open cup. But a water bottle? I mean, would he catch them going to the bathroom and he just, put the shit in their drink?
That's what I'm saying. Even with the coffee, how many people you let walk to your desk and sneak up on your cup and drop something in it?
That's true. That's true.
It's like, what the hell is going on here? They not paying attention. Is he like doing the old diversion? Like, hey, look over there. And I'm over here.
Right. This foolishness. All right, got 3 more.
He got locked up, right?
Yeah, he's in jail. All right,
cool,
All right, shout out to this teacher in Kenya, Africa. He won a $1 million global prize as one of the best teachers. This gentleman was giving away 80% of his salary to the village he lived in because there was a lot of orphans and sick kids. Shout out to him for getting $1 million. Say he was the first male and the first African to win this award. That's dope. Cool. Shout out to him. All right, these last 2 are in regards to management at work. All right, this is around where you from. Birmingham, Alabama. The Family Dollar got robbed. 2 cats came in with swords to rob the store. Well, the manager at the time was there. He said, man, they've been getting us too hard. I got my gun. The manager runs out and approaches them. 2 dudes walk in with swords. The manager of Family Dollar has his gun on him. A sword ain't gonna beat no gun. I don't care if it's 2 swords. That ain't gonna happen.
Not at all.
What type of raise you are requiring if you save the store like that? And they got robbed. I want to say they have been robbed 13 times in 5 months.
I mean, I'm gonna need to be up out of the store and up in the corporate office. We're gonna have to do a bump up here.
For real. He had that
I mean,
thing.
they had been robbed enough where they let the store manager carry a gun on him.
Yeah, he said, I got my thing on me because, they was hiding in the back when the dudes came in with the swords. First of all, y'all ain't got no money for a gun. Y'all go in with swords. That's what's hot.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they didn't figure that they was gonna be strapped. That's the only resolution.
All right, this is my last one. Arby's restaurant in Oklahoma. The manager is, I don't know if she's a manager. Young lady is in jail for murder. A gentleman came through the drive-through and spit on her and told her he was going to be back and was going to see about her. Well, the guy came back a little while later on and circled the restaurant. The young lady runs out to her car, gets in her car, and chases him. While in the pursuit, she shoots at him, catches him in the torso. His car later crashes at Walmart and he dies. Y'all gonna stop fucking with these fast food people. They not about them games at all. You really can't be spitting on folks and grabbing folks. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't. She said she did it. Told the folks she did it. Where is her name at? Something Young. But yeah, the homie spit on it. Deanna Young. She wasn't about them games. Well, nobody gonna disrespect her, and the thing is in the car. Y'all gonna learn to stop messing with these folks. Y'all gonna learn.
Man, that was at McDonald's?
Nah, Arby's.
Oh, okay.
What can somebody do to you? Can your order be messed up that bad? You spitting at somebody through the drive-thru?
Hey man, I'm telling you, man, them curly fries is good as hell. And if you come
Arby's
up short,
sandwiches are dope, but it's that bad? You gonna spit at somebody?
Nah, we ain't spitting at nobody.
That's so disrespectful. Back in our young Thundercat days, the door would have got locked. You ain't leak.
Yeah.
Disrespect Absolutely. Wasn't tolerated. So
the only time it's open when we get ready to throw your ass out.
Absolutely. All right, I think that's all I got. I mean, I forgot about these two quick entertainment ones. Cardi, that wasn't a good move telling folks that you drug folks. Just keep it to yourself. I mean, the video was out there or whatever, but folks gonna be coming through saying she drugged them and robbed them now, trying to sue for the bag. That's coming.
Right.
And so old boy got off from Empire. So they indicted him 2 weeks ago. 16 counts. And 2 weeks later, hey, everything's good. We're gonna keep your 10 racks from this bail, but it's all good. This stinks.
Yeah,
this stinks really bad.
It did to me too. But so I'm listening to the radio this morning. There was a attorney on there. He was kind of explaining what happened as far as how he ended up getting off. One, the DA didn't necessarily like the way that the Chicago police handled the case.
Yeah.
So they were not on the same page in that regard. And then two, he ended up getting through. Well, this particular lawyer that was on Ricky Smiley show, to be exact, he thinks 99.9% of the chance what happened was they put him through a pretrial diversion program.
Yeah,
that's what they call it. He paid $10,000, do some community service, and they kind of shut the case, expunged his record, and closed the deal. Basically, got bigger fish to fry.
Absolutely. I mean, if he paid to get his own ass kicked, and he give y'all 10 racks, I mean, yeah.
Right. So, and then he says that, they DAs and judges, they do this all the time because they want to try to. It's one of the initiatives to try and keep felonies down and keep people out of jail over stupid shit. So, that was that. But he also went on to say, he also went on to say that he probably want to stop making statements because I think the federal case is still out there.
Right. I want to say the mayor, the police, they still mad, like big mad. So it don't sound like it's over with.
Well, they're just gonna have to be mad. But the case that's still kind of pending or out there is the federal case for him sending the hate mail to himself.
Oh,
the case that got. Yeah, I think the case that got dropped was around him just lying to the local Chicago police about what happened. The federal thing is separate. So that's still kind of out there. And he's out here acting like, everything is everything. Like, dude, you got off real easy. You know what I'm saying? And I thought they had put some trumped up charges on him myself, even though
That was a lot of charges.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They went a little overboard with it, no doubt. But, like, dude, just fall back and chill out, man. Don't be out here with your chest all plucked out. You are not really – he probably really thinks he is the gay Tupac now.
Man, ain't that something? Ain't that something? All right. You ready to go to work?
Yeah, man, let's get on into it. Hey, we appreciate those interesting and entertaining stories as always. You always tighten us up with that, get the show going on a real light note before we get down to business.
Yes,
all right, so we're gonna roll right on into it, man. Let's get into these NFL. It was retirement week for the NFL. Had a couple people that we really don't, you know what I'm saying. Jeremy Maclin announced he retired. Dude, you ain't played in 2 years now. The league retired you.
Yes. I hate when they do that. Basketball, football, cats do that. When the league done moved on from you, you ain't gotta announce it. It's over.
Right. Exactly. And until you file the papers, you know, hey, you know, it ain't really official.
Right.
And, you know, sometimes when cats don't be filing the papers for a year or two, and so when they finally do file it, it's kind of like, hey, you remember me? Yeah, I actually retired. Yeah, we know. Mm-hmm. But anyway, Jordy Nelson retired today. Great Green Bay Packer, horrible Raider. And I won't even say it's his fault. I mean, he's old.
Yeah. Jordy couldn't get separation no more.
I mean, yeah, and you say old, but he like what, early, mid-30s at the most? He only played 11 years. But
you know what? Jordy, it sounded like Jordy maximized all his shit, though. All of it. You know?
Yeah, he did. And, you know, and I like Jordy. I hope I don't think he's not a Hall of Fame receiver or anything like that. But I hope people don't.
Today.
Somebody actually said that. It had to be a Packers fan.
Yeah, it was online, but that's a joke, you know.
Yeah. You know, but I hope people don't hold his Oakland years against him because we saw what he could do when he was in Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers before he did his Achilles that he tore.
He tore his ACL, came back, had 15 touchdowns the next year. I think what messed up his career toward the end there was when Aaron kept getting hurt. You know, he was up there dealing with, what's that quarterback? Huntley?
Huntley, yeah.
Kaiser last year. It just didn't work out, you know. I thought he would have went and played somewhere this year. I kind of liked the fit with Kansas City, but it just didn't work out. So I'm sure he took care of his money, which, you know, the NFL players, when they drag it out, normally they ain't took care of their bread. So he probably took care of his. So good career.
Yeah, you're right. Because when Anthony Barr slammed Aaron Rodgers into the ground, whoever I think it was Huntley that came in, he favored Devontae Adams.
He was the only cat he threw to. The only one.
That's kind of how Devontae really took off then. Yeah. So, yeah, it is what it is. So, shout out to Jordy Nelson. Like you said, good career. Hey, man, hang him up early. Speaking of hanging him up early, not even 30 years old yet. Mr. 69 himself, 3-time Super Bowl champ Rob Gronkowski announced on Instagram that he is hanging him up. 521 catches, 7,861 yards, 79 touchdowns. Good for third all time. Hey, man, great career by Gronk. Great career by Gronk. I'm not surprised at all. No, I think he's been flirting with it the last 2 years. Yeah, I thought he would retire at the end of this year. And his comments at the Super Bowl media coverage really kind of sealed the deal for me. But I had a little doubt because he kind of drugged this out a little bit. I thought if he was going to walk away, he would announce it a little bit earlier. Yeah. Some people close to the team say, hey, he's been coming in, still working out and everything. So we were starting to have some hope. But, you know, decided ultimately to go ahead and hang it up. So, hey, shout out to him. He got 3 rings. He said he going out on top. He know Kansas City sitting there. He know Cleveland and just re-up. He like, you know what? I'm about to go out on top. Tom going to wait 1 year too long. I'm about to get up out of here.
Hey, at 29 years old, you know, the injuries he got, he'll be able to have a full, healthy life. He going to make money off the field. I mean, hell, he took care of his money from what's been reported. He only spent endorsement money, none of the contract bread. I guess the only thing that's interesting to me about this, because we both saw it coming. We talked about this, I want to say, right after the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. I don't think he's the best tight end ever. I just don't.
Nah, he's definitely not the best tight end ever. But that just kind of comes from People get caught up prisoner of the moment.
Yeah.
And then you got
he
a lot
was
of
great. He was great.
Oh, yeah. He's great. He's walking right into the Hall of Fame. I don't think it's really a doubt about that. But it's almost like LeBron's got a longer career, but it's kind of almost like whatever time you grow up in and what you physically kind of see, you kind of determine that the best.
Yeah.
You might have heard about some of these other cats, but a lot of what you see, especially online, a lot of the opinions and things are from people from a certain age bracket that probably during their lifetime, Gronk is probably the best thing that they've seen.
Right.
But I still think, Tony Gonzalez,
Sharp.
Shannon Sharp, definitely.
Gates.
I forgot about old man Gates. He's definitely walking right into the Hall of Fame. So
Jason Witten was going to walk in till he went back to, do whatever he going to do every game this year.
Hey, man, I don't think I know about him.
I'm about to make a hot – it's not even a hot take. This is like a bold take.
Okay.
Tom Brady win a Super Bowl this year. Best ever.
I mean, you still got a question about that?
I ain't talking about quarterback. Like in general.
Like football player?
Do you see what right now their depth chart is at skill position? If they can pull a Super Bowl out of this shit, and I know they're gonna draft some cats, but they're gonna be young.
Right.
Julian Edelman is the only. Well, I mean Philip Dorsett's there, but if they can pull a Super Bowl out of this will be his greatest achievement to me. Greatest achievement, even better than this year.
I mean, they never have receivers though.
They got some people better than this though.
I mean, other than the year they had Randy Moss, who?
Deion Branch was good. Troy Brown was good.
Troy Brown, okay.
They got one dude. It's more cats too. It's more cats that they. They may not be stars.
There's some talent here. I mean, Patriot talent. I'll say that. Let me preface that. And well, of course, we don't know what's going to happen with Josh Gordon. I mean, he could be a wild card.
I forgot about him. He can't play this year, can
he? Who knows? I'm done trying to predict on Josh Gordon.
Right. Turn my back on that one.
And I hope I want to see him on the field, but you just never can tell. I mean, you think he's back, and then all of a sudden, then boom, now he's gone again. So it's just one of the things that you can't really count on or invest on. If you was a cat, I know you weren't, I wasn't, but if you was a cat that you never saw your dad growing up, and when you did see him, he was always like, "Yeah, I'm just going to the store. I'll be right back."
Yeah.
Like after a while, first you believe it.
Right.
And then after a while, you be like, okay, yeah, whatever, motherfucker.
Right.
That's kind of how I am with the Josh Gordon situation. If I see you again, cool. If not, I already know what it is. But
they got a lot of draft picks. Now I heard something interesting the other day. They said that they could be in the mix for either Cameron Brate, Jordan Reed, or I know you said it a couple weeks ago, but I mean the Giants legit got Evan Ingram on the block.
I mean, like I said, I saw one report. I haven't really seen anything else after that, so I find it highly unlikely unless they find it perfect. At this point, can you question anything? They still have Eli Manning as a quarterback, and they traded Odell Beckham.
Right.
So, at this point, you don't know what Dave Gettleman might do.
Now, this kind of ties into the next topic, but they said they went hard at Jared Cook. Jared Cook chose the Saints over them. If you were him, would you have did that?
Depend on a couple things. Probably depend on the money. I'm pretty sure that was a top factor.
I think he only got 15 over 2 years. They probably could have met that, especially if Gronk was leaving.
Did they know Gronk was leaving? His money still got to come off the books. It's still on there right now. So
now, did you hear that basically this whole thing came down to they wanted an answer. They wanted an answer like, we need to know what you're going to do. Mm-hmm. And Gronk just kind of dropped it on them Sunday like, all right, well, cool, I'm going to retire. And you can't blame the player and you can't blame the team either because they got to know what they're going to do and they can't
Right.
wait on it. So
And I didn't know that they went to him like that. Now it just kind of makes me question. Maybe you should have did that a couple of weeks earlier. Maybe like prior to free agency starting.
but like you just said though, if he in the facility working out, they probably think everything's love.
Right. And because if they had known that he wasn't going to come back, I'm pretty sure they would have went at Cook a little more aggressively, like saying, like you said. But outside of the money, why he picked New Orleans? I mean, maybe he thinks it's an easier route, to win. Because the AFC is getting kind of tough. Teams are starting to stack up.
That's a dome down there too, though. You ain't playing outside in Boston, and he's definitely the number 2 behind Mike up there now. Definitely. So it's probably more balls to be thrown his way.
Yeah, I mean, because I think Ben Watson retired, right? So
yeah, he retired. So
yeah, so number of factors. I don't know where he's from. A lot of stuff could have played into it. So
absolutely, we're gonna see what they do.
I don't think it's like, of course, you can't count them out until they actually out, but I don't think it's like a foregone conclusion that they're gonna be in the Super Bowl no more.
Oh, absolutely not.
You know what I'm saying?
Not this year.
Had it been 2 or 3 years ago, then yeah, I think that's a no-brainer for him. But as of right now, you're like, I don't know. See a little vulnerability there. I'm gonna go over here to the Saints, and I think they're cursed. I don't think they're gonna get there either. But,
Now you think about it. They lost their best pass rusher, their best offensive lineman, they tight end. Somebody else left too. A wide receiver left. It seemed like a wide receiver left to go somewhere.
Hey man, Chris Hogan went somewhere else, right?
Well, he ain't resigned yet. I felt like it was somebody else went somewhere, but I don't know. I mean, this is what they do though. They ain't paying a lot of cats. This is what they do.
It won't be the first time that they've lost people.
Yeah.
It's just how long are you going to be able to roll them dice on Tom Brady eating, vegan sandwiches until you crap out? You're going to crap out eventually.
12 picks in this draft. They better take a quarterback. They better. I mean, they gifted y'all a quarterback. They shouldn't have did that. They better take
year. I think next year is probably a better chance for a quarterback if you're going to spend a first, second, or third round pick.
It's possible, but I don't know. They legit think this dude's gonna play till he's 45, but I digress.
It's just that these quarterbacks ain't that great. That's what I'm saying. These quarterbacks are just class outside of the top 2 or 3, which they're not going to spend that high of a pick on a quarterback.
No.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
They from Duke, and which I'm okay with that because that's a developmental thing. Because what's Brady, 42? 41, 42, somewhere around there?
Somewhere around there.
If he's saying 45, that gives you 3 years to develop a cat. When Jimmy came in, Jimmy wasn't what he is now. So, you can afford to do that if this guy's going to play till he's 45. But I got to see that.
Yeah, but and at the same time, that affords you the ability to wait on a really, really good cat versus a project. Most projects at quarterback in the NFL don't pan out.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
True. So just got to see how it goes. But if you're winning every year, you ain't picking high anyway. So
right, and the Patriots make their money. We talked about it, I think, last week or the week before. They make their money on those middle round picks.
Right.
They get a lot of comp picks. From when people walk, they get a lot of middle round comp picks that way, and that's how they're able to flip a lot of shit.
Do you recall what round Jimmy was drafted in?
Jimmy Garoppolo, he was drafted in the second round.
Okay, so he was a decent pick. Okay, cool.
Yeah, he was in the second round.
All right. Don't have much on free agency. I only put 4 signings on here. Justin Houston signed with the Colts. That's a pretty solid signing for them.
Right.
They're doing a really good job. They walked in with $100 million, and they probably leaving with 90. So give or take somewhere around.
Yeah, the Colts. Everybody thought they was going to be some big spenders, but they basically say, yeah, we ain't got no money.
Yeah, like it.
I love it because they were right there last year. They were getting better and better as the team as the season went on. Hey, I love it, man. You got that boy as linebacker on that rookie deal, tackling everything that's moving.
Yep. Marlon
Mack showed up, so therefore you didn't have to get in that last Bell sweepstakes.
Yep.
They got Ty, a decent second receiver, didn't they?
Funches.
They got Funches, yeah. So
everybody goes to the Colts and they discover their hands again. Eric Ebron couldn't catch a cold before he got there last year.
It's Captain Luck, man. It's Captain Luck.
People forget how good this cat was and what he did for them before he got hurt. People really forget.
People get blinded, or we're getting blinded by the turnovers, and I get it. But like I said, sometimes it ain't about making turnovers; it's about when you make them.
Right.
And he made a lot of them in a lot of those games very early and brought the team back from a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, I always like Andrew Luck. He goofy and quirky and all that. He probably ain't a dude that if I just met him out somewhere, you know what I'm saying, we would hang out on a regular basis. But when it comes to that football thing, man, he do his damn thing.
One thing he does that I like a lot, he diverts all criticism from his teammates and takes it on himself. That might have worked in Pittsburgh. I'm just saying.
Right. Right.
This
Something
that goes out of his way to blame himself for everything after the game. It's all him.
There's something about being a humble leader that makes you a great leader.
Absolutely.
No.
Absolutely. You see, I don't have them cats on here this week because I kind of got tired of it.
Hey, man, we went like a month straight with the Steelers on here, right?
Yeah, we talked about it last week. Like, hey, ain't nobody said shit. Okay, a lot of cats came out this week and took his side. Y'all supposed to do that. We get it. So, onward.
Did you see AB's tweet?
Yeah, I saw that.
I was like, is he talking to Juju?
I think he was.
Juju.
If we boys, I kind of would have felt the type of way behind that too, though.
Yeah, because I think Juju said something to the effect like, he is he my quarterback or whatever. Everything been good with me and him. Yada yada yada.
Can't wait to catch balls from you, my guy.
Yeah.
I was like, word.
I was kind of really okay with that. With AB, AB was like, don't ask NFL players questions who haven't got their first or their second deal yet.
Right.
Because they inclined to ride with the team because they still trying to get paid. Hey, and there's facts to that as well. So
big facts. Big facts. Now Juju gonna ball next year because Ben gonna force feed him. But I kind of thought that was. I mean, he had no choice. I mean, shit, he had to. All right,
man, he don't really get it yet. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you just have to not say anything or say very little.
Saying little, says so much more than a suckerific post or just jumping out there saying something dumb. Just don't say shit. It says everything. It works. All right, let's talk about something close to home. The Atlanta Falcons, it came out last Friday that they planned on making Julio Jones the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL, putting him over $20 million a year with a 5-year deal. That was what the word was last week. And, we talked about it pretty heavy on our personal chat, but I'm trying to understand. How can you have $53 million tied up in the quarterback and the wide receiver? Just them two. And you still got 4 starters coming up to be paid next year. That's a lot of bread in the quarterback and the wide receiver. How does that work? You were better at math when we were young than me. So tell me how.
And man, the only math that works in this situation is you're about to start hitting the jackpot on 5th, 6th, and 7th round picks. That's the only thing I got for you, dog. Because there's no way in hell that you can pay Matt Ryan and Julio Jones $53 million a year, and you still got to pay Deion Jones. Grady Jarrett still need a deal because he is on the franchise tag.
That's 15. So that's going to go up to 18, probably about 18 next year.
Keanu Neal need a deal. Did Ricardo Allen already? I think Ricardo Allen already got it.
They paid Ricardo Allen.
Okay. You kept Vic Beasley, which is somebody you could have cut and saved about $14 million. You decided to keep him, so now you got to figure out what you're gonna pay him.
But what if he balled though? What if he had 15 sacks again? You gonna let him walk?
It'll be just the Falcons' luck that he does that. This is gonna make this even more of a shit fest. Okay,
I don't get it.
Maybe they thought for a minute that it was baseball and there was no salary cap, Or maybe even they thought it's basketball and you got a cap and you can pay the luxury tax. Maybe they thought it was that.
You said something on the personal chat the other day in regards to you would have did a 3-year deal, and I was all in support of that. 3 years would have been dope for Julio.
When you start talking about, especially in this day and age in the NFL, when you're having to pay the quarterback so much money, it behooves of these teams. I hope y'all listening. Maybe y'all hire me for an assistant GM job or something.
Absolutely.
But it would behoove you to start paying these, especially these big name guys, on short deals. If you want to, if you got to pay them big money, do it on short deals. Give them a lot of money up front, so that way, if shit don't work out, they get old, they get hurt. In 3 years, you good, you done. You know what I'm saying? You can move
20,
on. And you,
right? He's 29, right?
Julio is 29, going on 30, right?
You can hand somebody a 5-year deal. They about to be 30 at wide receiver. Did they not see what happened with Roddy when he fell off that cliff when they gave him that bread?
I mean, Julio ain't Roddy, but still, I mean, you've got. Well, you know what? He's not Roddy, but he's a little different. But
when Roddy was 29, he was still balling though.
And what I was gonna say about Julio, he's had a lot of lower extremity injuries. He's had a lot of leg injuries.
Yep.
I don't foresee that. You know what I'm saying?
Hamstrings, ankle.
Yeah. So, quads. It's always something with his legs. So that's why I say you got to do a short deal. I said my 49ers would love to take them off y'all hands, for a 3-year deal if y'all don't want to pay.
Julio ain't fucking with y'all because he know that deal ain't gonna have no real money.
Hey man, hey man, he get that money up front, dog. He can get that money up front. I didn't realize.
Everybody know y'all deals ain't for the player. They real team friendly.
Hey, and I was looking up some of the deals. I'm gonna share this with y'all people. Then we'll move on. We don't get too far off track. We just signed Jerick McKinnon last year, right?
Right.
Pretty nice size deal. If we cut him this year, we won't owe him a dime and won't have no dead money. That's the way we structured that deal. He got all his guarantees.
Table with a 49ers helmet, smiling and shit, and that was basically a 1-year deal.
He got all his money last year, rehabbing basically. So, hey man,
we're gonna see what the Falcons do. I don't see how you can really win with $53 million tied up in your quarterback and wide receiver, especially considering the fact your quarterback has to throw the ball deep from his damn ankles because he ain't got nothing in that arm. But hey, rise up. All right, let's talk about these rule changes real quick. Sean Payton got his way, cuz. He got his way.
I hate it.
I hate it too. You talk about games coming on at 1 o'clock and they normally end around like 4, right? Man.
Right. Man. Well, the only thing is they're not. It's just basically something else that you can challenge. So
you still got the same number of challenges.
You still only get the same number of challenges. I just don't like it because it seems real knee-jerk and real reactionary off of one play.
Right.
That's the only thing that I don't like about it.
The play was trash, yeah, but how often does that happen to where a play like that's not called? It doesn't happen.
Right, it doesn't happen. Right. I mean, it was definitely a very bad call, one of the worst I've seen in a while.
Ever.
But it was an outlier to me. You know what I'm saying? It was, even though there's been some questionable and bad officiating, I don't think that particular call we see enough that egregiously. You know what I'm saying? In order to start changing rules.
Do you think Peyton would have pushed this shit?
Had it not been his thing? No, go ahead.
Do you think Peyton would have pushed this shit like this had they won that game?
Oh, of course not.
Exactly. That's my thing. I mean, he been screaming this forever, and they people act like that game ended with that play. I hate that. I hate it. All that does is absolve Drew Brees for that weak-ass interception he threw later on in that game. That's all it does.
Right. Like you said, they still had, opportunities. Now, I will say this. I definitely do get the other side because even though there was more to that game after that, you could say they had a chance to win. Stuff like that can crush or kill your momentum, and that can break you. How many times have we seen games in multiple sports? Matter of fact, we're gonna get to that here in a minute. The March Madness game, Duke and who the hell did they play? Who's that? UCF.
Central Florida. Yeah.
UCF on Sunday. As soon as the buddy missed the alley-oop dunk, he was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
That was a bad one, you know. And so sometimes in sports that shit happens, but I didn't like this period. I didn't like it.
I ain't care for it, but at least they said a year, so maybe they'll go back and look at it. What do you think about Kansas City trying to guarantee that everybody get a chance at the ball in overtime? I think that's shit too.
Yeah, that shit didn't pass, did it?
No, it didn't. They tabled it for now. Hey, maybe had D Ford, the 49ers prize trade, not jumped off sides, y'all would have had that pick that would have closed the game out.
Or if you didn't let them convert 3 or 4 fourth downs.
Hey, you're not gonna talk about Eric Berry, damn it.
It
wasn't nothing he could do against Gronk.
Eric Berry, Scandrick, whoever else was out there on defense. It was 11 of them last time I counted. Yeah, hey, you can't
drug Eric Berry that damn game. Damn, he drug him.
Yeah.
That might have got him cut. Anyway, I'm okay with them not passing this whole thing in regards to the fourth quarter, the onside kick. We're doing too much. I'm glad that didn't pass. The no blind side blocking, that's good too, because folks got to keep their head on swivel out there on them kickoffs in certain plays. So they're trying to make the game safer, but I'm just hoping it's not making the game longer.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
That's my main thing. All right, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Philly says they plan on paying Carson Wentz. I didn't put the numbers up here because I was trying to keep this on one page, but where does he fall, you think, quarterback money? They're going to pay him they got to pay him more than Cousins, right?
I mean, he's going to be probably – we got to see what Dak get. I'm thinking somewhere around there.
He better than Dak.
I think so.
Yeah.
But he hasn't been on the field.
That's true. And that's the thing. His situation is so interesting to me.
Right.
He hadn't been on the field as much, but when he was, he's good. But you can't pay off of what could have been. You got to pay what's in front of you.
Right, because you got with him, you got kind of, to me, you got kind of like 3 aspects of his career so far. You got his rookie year where he was fucking awesome. And
right.
I'm pretty sure he would have won MVP had he not, got hurt.
Right.
Then at the time when he was off the field, and then when he came back, he was just okay.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, is he more what we saw at the beginning in that MVP run, or okay, do we just chalk this last season up as to him, coming right off of the injury? Philly got off to a slow start. A lot of things was happening and whatnot. Do you chalk that up to that? To my understanding, they don't really have to do anything until next year, right? Or do they have to do something?
Play out that 5th-year option if it's me.
Yeah.
If it's me, but for them to come out in public off top saying we're trying to pay him and we're gonna get it done.
So that means, and with these quarterbacks, hey man, they don't go on trees. So if you feel you got one, then go ahead and pay him. So that to me just tells me that they feel he's this year he'll be better than he was coming off the injury last year. He's really more of what we saw during that MVP. Well, what would have been an MVP season if you ask me. I think they think he's more of that than any of what else we saw last year.
My last thing on this, they're not going to pay him $34 million a year, are they?
No.
Okay, because he can't be highest paid. I don't agree with that.
I mean, like I said, I don't know how many years does he have left.
I mean, he's playing this. He's coming this year, and I want to say he got the 5th-year option, so they really ain't got to do nothing.
I'll say it's a couple of people that's gonna have to get paid before him. Russell Wilson got to get paid. I think Cam's contract come up before his
next year.
And then what's the other person we were just talking about? Was the third quarterback.
I mean, technically, Jameis is out there.
I think Jameis is playing on his 5th-year option this year. You're right.
Him and Mariota.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and it's a lot of quarterbacks that got to get paid before Carson Wentz do so.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it, but I digress. Jump into some basketball. All right, March Madness was it started this past weekend, and it wasn't a lot of upsets this year.
Everything been pretty much chalking out.
Yeah. It really wasn't a lot of those. So, we make it to the Sweet 16, but let's talk about, I guess, some of the big ones. We can talk about our squad. Let's start off with Duke. Them hoes should have lost Sunday.
And man, UFC did everything but win the game, man. And they had the opportunities, and and I know the anti-Duke people. Of course, we are anti-Duke. Yes, they got away with a couple of calls at the end of that game. R.J. Barrett definitely pushed off to get that rebound. But UCF had their chances as well. We just talked about the missed alley-oop, which probably should have been a bounce pass and a layup to go up 6 with like a minute and a half left. That box out, we talk about RJ pushing Buddy in the back. That box out could have been way stronger and more solid.
Hey, that last play, why didn't Dawkins run that play for his kid? He was balling. They couldn't do shit with him.
Probably because I'll have to go back and look at the replay. But I thought about that when they was in the huddle. I said, they're not going to run this play for Dawkins because he been busting their ass, and that's who Duke going to go to it. They're going to figure that he was going to be. So they probably tried to catch him off guard. And the point guard had a nice handle. He had an angle. He just, being a little guy, he had to anticipate probably a little bit too much. And so his, the shot was off. And then Dawkins came in and tried to, do the putback, and it was just off. Of course, he's not looking at the clock. He probably had time to gather and come down and go back up. But if you do that, Zion was coming over, and I'm pretty sure they were going to swallow the whistle at that point.
Right.
So it was a tough break, man. I thought Taco Fall, I thought he had a couple of fouls that were just unnecessary. When you're that important to your team, there's certain things like, over the back and reaching and some of these unforced fouls that you just can't make. I cringe at Luke May sometimes because I'm looking at our games and like, Luke, what the fuck are you doing, dude? We already not big like we normally are up front. We need you down there. You've got to stop. You can't jump. Why are you trying to go over somebody's back?
Right.
Shit like that. So I've been there. I know UFC. Them boys probably still heartbroken to today. And today's Wednesday.
That shit hurts. They could have knocked out a giant on Sunday, but I come away from that game more impressed with Zion. He came into the year and I was like, okay, he can't really shoot the ball. Doesn't he seem better since he came back from the injury, some kind of way?
I mean, right now he is just playing with the force, man, and the passion. Like you say don't put the I in team,
yes.
But Zion is out there in some of these situations. Even you look back in the ACC tournament in the first half when they was down against us, and toward the end of the half when they started to come back, you can see him like, yo, I'm gonna make sure that we don't lose this game. I'm gonna make sure that we good, and and that's the growth that you like to see out of a player like that.
And don't it seem like when he's on, which should be natural, when he's on, RJ's better. RJ's much better when Zion's on.
Yeah, because what happens is now you got the defense collapsing, and RJ ain't really a good on-the-move shooter.
Right.
He a better standstill shooter, especially when it comes to the 3 ball. I thought people was full of shit when they said that, but then I started really watching for that, and he shoots a standstill 3 pretty good. Coming off of curls and screens and off the bounce, not so much. So that definitely helps him. Duke, if they're gonna be able to hit threes, they're gonna be in a good spot because they've been blowing people out for the most part all year, and they are not a good 3-point shooting team as a team.
Absolutely not.
So if they are able to hit threes, they're gonna be a pretty tough out.
Absolutely.
Now, I think there are a couple teams still left though. Michigan State is one of them that's got the bigs to be able to beat them.
Yeah. I kind of felt like they laid a game plan a bit, but that's always a good game plan. Go back a couple years ago. Roy Hibbert in Indiana gave LeBron fits. Gave him fits. Those athletic cats going to the hole, you got a big dude down in the middle or just big dudes in general. That's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard. So,
Yeah.
it's not because what Zion on a good day with sneakers on, he's 6'7". He ain't
Yeah,
6'8", 6'9". So
nah, he probably like 6'7".
yeah,
And
with sneakers on.
yeah, you're right. Those big dudes, they can get in there and make
if
things
you like
tough.
in the middle of the lane and you got to jump over me, I mean,
Right.
there's some bad motherfuckers who don't play in the NBA. They ain't jumping over a lot of 6'8", 6'9" dudes with their hands straight up. It just doesn't
Right.
happen.
Not off the drop step. Now, if you get a running start, yeah, but not off the drop step.
No, sir. Absolutely not. But I like this young man's trajectory. We got to mention Ja Morant. He made himself some money this year.
He was already top 5 in coming in most predictions and mocks or whatever. But I think even the 2 games that he played in this tournament, he just pretty much solidified his stock even more. Where
Absolutely.
you got some players, stock is down just a little bit. So shout out to Ja Morant. Shout out to Ja Morant.
All right, let's get into. Well, we talk about us real quick. Well, we were playing around with them boys on Friday, but we got it done. Beat the brakes off of them later on. First half, they was hitting threes. I was sitting here watching that game. I was like, all right, let's stop playing with them. Let's lock up, defend the 3-point line. Stop playing with these boys.
Yeah, they hit like 9-3. Shit, who the hell did we play first round? Who did Carolina play first? I forget who it was, but they hit like 9 threes the first half. So they got out hot, but we locked everything down second half. Now with that said, I didn't see
I'm talking about Sunday. No, I'm talking about Sunday.
Yeah, I didn't see the Washington game.
Okay.
But, did they hit a lot of threes too?
Nah, we defended them.
Okay.
They played hard, but we defended them.
That's right. So we got to a pretty nice lead and kind of coasted with them, right?
Absolutely. What's the boy's name? Kobe. Kobe was on Sunday. We're finally getting something out of Nasir Little.
I think he heard us.
Both of them cats need to come back. I'm selfish, but I still think both of them cats need to come back.
Yeah. I like what Nasir's been doing the last couple games, but I definitely think he needs to come back so he can just be more polished before he go to the league. One thing I will say that we can't be sleeping on, we got to be on our P's and Q's, especially after the game, the first half of the first game, giving up all those threes. Auburn is a team that shoots the 3 ball pretty good, and they shoot a lot of it.
And Bruce Pearl's a good coach.
Yeah. So we've got to make sure that we be on, like I said, we be on point playing them boys because they're 5th seed, but they came into the season ranked, pretty high in some of the preseason polls. They didn't kind of live up to it to a degree, but when they playing on all cylinders, Auburn's still a team that could, if we not on top of our shit, they can fuck around and beat us.
We can't play with them. All right, let's run down these predictions for these Sweet 16 games. FSU Gonzaga. Who you got?
Give me FSU.
Oh. Stepping out there. Look at you. I don't have faith in Gonzaga, but give me Gonzaga in that game. Purdue, Tennessee.
I have not seen Purdue play anything, so I'm going to take Tennessee.
I ain't watched Purdue since Big Dog left, and that's 100 years ago. All right, where we at? Texas Tech, Michigan.
I haven't seen either one of these teams play since like early in the year. I know Texas Tech has got the poor his NBA stock is rising. Culver, Jared Culver, I think is his name.
I gotta watch them.
So check that out. But honestly, in that game, I'm gonna take Texas Tech just because most people are probably taking Michigan.
I don't care for Michigan, but they seem to win some kind of way. I mean, they don't seem athletic, but they find a way to win. All right, Virginia and Oregon.
No, Virginia should win that.
Yeah, Virginia should.
I mean, Oregon's pretty hot. I think they went on the run just to win the conference tournament, just to even get in. I think they won. I want to say they won one of the play-in games. Right?
Oregon did? Possible. That's possible.
I could be wrong on that, but they've been pretty hot from what I understand. But I'm still taking Virginia.
I think this might be the second best game of the weekend. Michigan State and LSU.
Michigan State, LSU. Oh yeah, that could be a very good game. That could be a very good game. I think in my bracket I took Michigan State.
Yeah, you got them riding to see Duke.
Okay. But man, wait LSU played that first weekend.
They got heart.
Yeah. Fuck the bracket. I'm gonna take LSU.
I can see that happening, but I want Michigan State to beat Duke because I like their size.
Okay.
So give me Michigan State on that one. Duke and Vitek. Duke. The scary thing about this win last week, that might have been the win to scare them into getting their minds right. Because they should have lost that game on Sunday. And I mean Duke.
How does Vitek play them during the season? You know, that's a conference opponent. This would probably be the third time.
I think they beat them one game after – that was right after Zion got hurt, if I'm not mistaken. They went up to Blacksburg. Hell, everybody lose at Blacksburg.
Yeah, football, basketball, lacrosse, it don't matter, right?
Yeah, everybody lose up there. All right, I'm pretty sure you're going with Carolina over Auburn. It's going to be tough, but, you know, we're going to get it done.
Yeah, we got them.
Kentucky and Houston. I totally forgot Kelvin Sampson is coaching that Houston team. He's a good coach, too.
Yeah, I hadn't seen Houston. I'm going to rock with the blue blood.
Yeah, I'm going to take Kentucky on that. All right, I got all the coaches listed on here. I mean, of course, we know what Coach K and Roy going to do. Who you trust most in this Sweet 16?
Taking Roy and Coach K out of it?
I think they're the best. Well,
I mean, I would put them 1 and 2. I mean,
I like Izzo too, though.
Other than that, I was gonna say, other than that, you know, Izzo I think is the next best, but you know.
So take them 3 out. Coach K,
I would
Roy,
take
Izzo.
K and Roy out because those are kind of obvious choices.
Yeah.
But I'll take Izzo.
Izzo's better than Cal.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide between Few and Cal.
I'm leaning Few.
Yeah, because Cal he normally has more talent, but
Cal will get you paid. He's gonna get his kids paid, but they don't win shit.
Right.
We talked about that 2 years ago.
Yeah, and I like Leonard. I like Leonard Hamilton at Florida State. I just think a lot of times he'll have 1 or 2 guys maybe.
Yeah.
But then the drop off of his next group talent wise is normally not up to par. That's usually where Florida State kind of falls apart.
I hear this Beeline fella is good, but he old.
Yeah. And, you know, Rick Barnes used to be at Texas. Rick Barnes went bad at Texas. I forget why he's no longer the coach there. But
I mean, when you stop getting NBA All-Stars, it kind of changes. I mean, he had Kevin Durant, LA. You know, it changes. So
is he one of the guys that the parity within like outside of the elite teams kind of hurt? Because if you weren't one of the elite teams, the ones getting the one and dones. And then outside of that, the other teams are getting the rest of the talent, and maybe they're deciding to go elsewhere. I don't know.
Do you think it's harder for him to win in Tennessee than it is Texas? Both of them are football schools technically, but I kind of think this is one of his better jobs, winning in Tennessee.
Yeah, I think it's easier to win in basketball in the SEC than it is the Big 12. Because, Big 12, you still got Texas Tech, you got Kansas. Oklahoma's normally feels a pretty good team out there. I know I'm probably forgetting Kansas State. Kansas State every now and then, every 3 or 4 years they'll get a team that make a little run. So you got some teams that can play that can hoop out there in the Big 12 versus SEC. SEC this year has been one of the better years in a long time.
Right.
You look LSU. LSU got the top seed in that conference.
Right.
When does that happen?
We got a coach now. So
yes, we got Cream. So SEC is on the come up. No longer are they looked at as a bunch of football dudes out there playing basketball.
That's absolutely 100. All right, speed this thing on up. All right, you see the standings for the West playoffs. I'm not tripping on the East because essentially Orlando or Miami got the chance to get slaughtered by Milwaukee. But looking at these teams, these four teams, Oklahoma City, the Clippers, Utah, and the Spurs. Now, the Clippers, they've already clinched a playoff spot. How do you think this is going to fall as far as them last four seeds?
I'm pulling it up now because I want to say they are within like a half a game of each other.
Yeah, I think Oklahoma City is like a game and a half from 5. Russell shooting though. Oh my God. It's like
you got Utah, OKC. What I'm sorry, the final four is Clippers, Utah, OKC, and the Spurs.
Yeah.
And they are within 2 games of each other. So how does it end? I know OKC is on a 5-game homestand, I think. And they've got a lot of suckers.
Opponents, though.
Yeah, I mean, outside of Denver, and I'm not sure when that Houston game is, depending on where Houston is. I think that's one of the last games of the season, like the second to last game, if I'm not mistaken, when I looked at it. Houston may not even play. They might not even need to play their guys that game. So I think OKC should probably come out the best. I mean, they got the T-Wolves, they got Dallas, they got the Lakers, Detroit. But that's about half and half. Clippers,
you know what I want from LeBron? We're going to talk about him in a second, but you know what I want from LeBron? People, this is a story about back when Diego used to play fantasy football. Diego used to morph into this character named Mr. Kill Your Playoff Hopes back then. That's what I want from LeBron. Because LeBron plays a lot of these cats late. I want him to kill playoff hopes. But they probably ain't going to play him much. I mean, what's the point?
I mean, but that would be good. But see, that's the thing is I want to say they all just really vying for position at this point.
Yeah, I mean, they should get in. I mean,
so they are going to get in.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, it's too close. I don't know.
You made a good point earlier today. We were talking because I was like, well, Oklahoma City should try to get away from 8 to get to 7. But you was like, well, shit, they ain't got 1 locked up. Golden State might be it too, and that's right.
And it's gonna be funny to see how some of these teams jockey for what spots at the bottom,
right?
You know, to avoid Golden State the first round. Because if I'm a veteran team like, you know, like OKC or a team that's been to the playoffs before like Utah, I want to play Denver the first round.
Absolutely.
You know, because, you know, yeah, they didn't have a great regular season, but none of that shit matters in the playoffs. It's a whole different game. And 99% of the time, young teams got to get their heart broken, learn how to lose before they actually get over the hump. So
Paul Millsap is their vet, if I'm not mistaken. He's the only person that got playoff experience. Well, outside Isaiah, but he Isaiah's on the gram looking for open gyms to play in. So clearly his mind ain't right. So
I think that's going to be interesting. And then also with Nikola Jokic, I think I'm pronouncing his name right, in Portland, breaking his leg into 72 pieces last night.
Oh my God!
How is that going to affect Portland? Are they vulnerable now? Do you want to now play Portland in the first round? Or are they going to probably be with a 3 seed, 4 at the least?
Portland's at 4 right now. They jumped Houston after that loss last night, but I don't think they're in as bad
OKC, I think I want to. If I'm OKC, I want to play Portland first round.
Absolutely.
You know, so
because CJ's still not back technically. I want to say CJ got a couple more games before he even come back.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, let's keep moving.
Right now.
All right, let's keep moving. We got time against us. Who's the MVP right now? I'm saying Giannis.
I got Harden.
You got Harden? I heard an impassioned plea for him today. I mean, maybe I'm discounting what he did because they was 9 or 10 in the West when Chris Paul went out, and he got them pretty much to 3rd or 4th, or between 3 to 5. So maybe I'm looking at this shit wrong because MVP does not mean best player on the best team. It really doesn't. But it feels like Giannis's year. They're gonna win 60 plus. It just feels like it, but I could be wrong. Harden could win his 2nd straight MVP.
Yeah, I mean, see, I won't be surprised no matter who. You know what I'm saying? No matter who wins it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving it to Harden. Yeah, they're not the number one team in the West, but the West is tougher sledding than the East. And
Sure.
from where they were, and how he pretty much took over, and and turned that team around and went on the crazy ass scoring streak that he went on.
Right.
I mean, he gets it for me. And that's not the shit on Giannis' season. 27, 13, and 6 ain't nothing to fucking sneeze at.
He still can't shoot though.
But he still can't shoot. So
and I got my wagon hitched to him for some type of bet. Can't remember the particulars, but I got my wagon hitched to him, so we're gonna see. All right, we already talked about Nurkic. It's always interesting to me toward the end of the season in regards to this all NBA teams and the money that's on the line. That is so interesting to me because you can't tell me these cats ain't paying no attention to this shit. You can't tell me that because I would be.
Oh yeah, they know it because making one of the 3 All NBA teams, winning Defensive Player of the Year. I forget the other 1 or 2 requirements, but if you hit one of those 3 or 4 benchmarks, then you become eligible for the Supermax, which in most cases is a difference between $25, $30 million a year. Hey.
So, do you agree with? All right, it's 6 guard spots. Steph, Harden, Kyrie, and Dame. They're good, right?
Yeah, those names that sounds pretty good and solid right off the top.
So it's basically saying you got 2 spots left, and you got Kemba Walker, Klay Thompson, and Bradley Beal with $30 million on the line. Who gets left out? Well, Russell Westbrook's in there too. Shit, I forgot about that.
Is it time for him to get paid this year too?
Nah, Russell got his bag already. Remember, he took a Supermax.
Oh, well, no, you're saying he could take up one of the guard spots.
Yeah, so we're saying those first 4 guys are a given, but then you got 2 other spots.
I can't even really say that now because ain't Paul George technically a guard?
I think they got him classified as a forward, but he's playing guard.
That's gonna help some of these cats then because that would damn sure be another spot.
Ben Simmons, they got him listed as a guard. I mean, he starts at point guard though, right?
Yeah, he's not making All NBA team.
Hell no. But this is real interesting. These last 2 spots.
Jimmy Butler ain't making it.
No.
It's gonna be. I'm pretty sure Clay is gonna be on one of them teams. In the last spot,
Russell.
If what we say holds, we forgot about Russell. So it's really 1 spot.
So Clay and Russell get them last spots on the 3rd team.
I mean, I'm sure Steph and Harden are there.
Yeah.
Kyrie and Dame, I'm assuming they should be.
Good.
But you never know. People been shitting on Dame forever. They just start giving him his props. And then Kyrie, him coming back to Boston, they ain't been as high up or as great as a lot of people thought they would be. Well, some voters hold that against him.
Yeah.
Was creating, if they want to call it, distractions in the middle of the season with, his talk or whatever.
Right.
But I think Westbrook is definitely in that mix. And then I would say Clay and then Kemba. Bill putting up numbers, but they're still not equating to wins.
So you take Kemba over Russ?
No, I'm taking Westbrook.
So Westbrook and Thompson.
Yes.
And that's a win for Michael Jordan. That's a win. Because if he got to hand Kemba Walker 5 years, $220 million, because you got to hand me that to stay. You got to if I make that team.
Hey, do I want to stay?
He shouldn't want to. He really shouldn't want to. Man.
Yeah, that's what is that an $80 million difference though? 1 year and $80 million?
That's a lot of bread, dog.
That's a lot of bread to pass up. And Kemba only what?
He might be close to 28, 29, man.
I'll say maybe if he could squeak another one out on the back end.
That 5 makes the difference. That 4-year deal, that's one thing. You get that 5.
Yeah.
That's a lot of bread. So we'll see what happens with that. Real quick, shout out to that boy Lou Williams. South Gwinnett's finest, becoming the all. I meant to talk about this a couple weeks ago, but I left it off.
Mm-hmm.
Becoming the all-time leader in bench points in the NBA. That is pretty awesome. All the cats that came off the bench in the NBA. He is an all-time leader in points. That's pretty awesome.
And I remember when he came out, we was like, man, we right here in Atlanta. Ain't heard nothing about no damn Lou Williams.
Nope.
For the South Gwinnett. Why is he going pro? This little scrawny dude, man, this dude gonna be out the league in a minute.
Right.
I think he landed in the perfect spot, being up there with Larry Brown.
Yep.
Having to fucking practice against AI crazy ass every day.
Yep.
I think that definitely helped him, man. He's had a great career, so shout out to him.
And with the Basketball Hall of Fame being so easy, he'll probably get in behind this shit.
No, we're gonna have to stop you right there.
Cause the Basketball Hall of Fame ain't shit. Everybody gets in there. He's the leader in bench points. They'll throw him in for that. Tracy McGrady made the Hall of Fame. Tracy
McGrady was a fucking multi-time All-Star. What are you, Olympian? Were you crazy?
Was he an Olympian?
Yeah. He was on one of them. I think he was on one of them teams with like Van Baker.
I guess I just don't take the Basketball Hall of Fame seriously because they let everybody in.
You're on the right track, but it's just not as. I mean, if you look at the people that's in there, it's pretty much
Mitch Richmond made the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Okay, and he was a multi-time All-Star. We're still talking about multi-time All-Stars.
Okay.
Versus that's the thing about that's different with NBA and football. Okay. Football, you got to be like a really all-time great. Making a couple Pro Bowls don't put you in there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I guess that's why I'm looking at it that way.
You got to be like all-pro, not Pro Bowl, but all-pro. Basketball, it's less stringent. Then it's the Naismith, so it ain't really stringent to the NBA.
Right.
Now, when you talk about well, he didn't have a college career because he didn't play.
He went straight to high school. So yeah, that makes sense.
But but you could be on to something because he is the leading sixth man. They may
everybody.
They may put him in for that.
That shit would not surprise me in 10 years. Lou Will's up there giving a speech, shouting out the South Gwinnett Comets. It would not surprise me. I could be wrong, but they let everybody in that shit. Everybody.
And if he does make it, he's going to have no less than 20 of them lined up behind him.
You already know.
You already know. We skipped but I want to call bullshit.
I mean, I could be wrong. I could be.
No, I'm talking about something else. We skipped over. Now, I've said a couple times that I think he was not right when he came back. I think he was still hurt.
Oh, I forgot about that damn story.
Talking about Ramon.
Yes.
I'm calling bullshit on the trainer saying he was on the court in 6 weeks and he should have been out for 6 months.
We was right about this shit. We was. Cause we 6
months, a little bit of exaggeration,
Yeah, I forgot all about that story. But we was right about that because I said that he was going to come out in a full body cast at the end of the year. They already jumped out already for him. Man,
they jumping clean out the window talking about 6 months.
Man, come on.
I mean, I can see
if you ahead of the curve that hard and you averaging 28, 8, and 8, I don't want to hear shit. Nothing. Right. Nothing. I don't want to hear it.
You mean tell me he shouldn't have got back on the basketball court till like May, June?
Let me find out. What she said? He was in pain.
Yeah.
Really? Pain. She said it 3 times. Man, come on.
Man. Like I said, I don't doubt that he was hurt. I don't doubt he played through some pain. But don't fuck with my intelligence by telling me that he came back in a month or so and he should have been out 6. Like, he shouldn't have been able to walk.
The day after he got hurt, he was like, I dodged a bullet. But then now, all of a sudden, it should have been 6 to 8 months. Man, come on. I just really want Bron to go away.
Maybe 2 months. Maybe 2 months. Not 6.
Come on. But, they jumped out there playing for him. So, shout out to him. Bron going to be home this summer. I'm coming along with what she said real quick. We're about to get up out of here. I was wrong about something.
Uh-oh.
Phoenix ain't shit. That might be the worst franchise in the NBA, dog. You was right about that shit. Because he scored 59 the other night. Devin Booker scored 59, and nobody else is in double figures. How does that happen?
Will nobody else take shots?
I mean, I was sitting there looking at that game the other night. I said, man, he was right. They ain't shit. They're terrible.
Cause I don't know why. Like you get top 5 draft picks like every year.
Every year. Yeah. You took the bag, so you can't ask for the out at this point. So you're there. You know, you'll probably have Ja Morant this year, Zion, somebody. You know, but I'm fearful they're gonna fuck it up.
I'm very interested to see how this lottery plays out.
They're the worst team in they're the worst franchise right now, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
Even Memphis is better than them?
Yeah, Memphis way better than them.
That's a damn shame. That's a damn shame. I'm ready to go home after that. Wow.
A Sucker of the Week award goes to Mike Advertini, whoever he was, the sucker that tried to blackmail Nike for $20 million.
It's another one too.
Withholding some news about DeAndre Ayton's mom taking money. Everybody knew his mom and that family took money like last year.
Absolutely.
You risking Fed time for that.
Well, his dumbass was the one that was defending the stripper against Trump. So you was on their radar off top. So I'm not surprised you got the charges against you. Not at all. It's another sucker we forgot.
But then also heard this same cat is some kind of way tied into the R. Kelly situation, and that some of the witnesses that's supposed to be in the R. Kelly case were presented by him or something, and now they may not be looking credible because he looked like a liar. So that may actually help R. Kelly.
Yeah.
I'm not clear on the details because I kind of just skimmed through the story real quick. But, yeah, man, you took a big L this week, buddy.
We got one more sucker, man. That's a big sucker. It's your boy.
Who that?
Adrian Bronner.
What did he do this time?
We didn't talk about it last week. With his homophobic rant, he's going to shoot gay people in the face. He might be the dumbest dude on the planet right now. Like, legit. I can't think of nobody dumber than him right now.
Hey, man, he better talk to, and it's funny because I had it in my notes, but I didn't have all of the details, so I just kind of left it out of the pre-show and something like the news.
Yeah,
but I ran across a story today. We talked about Tim Hardaway and how he thinks he's being left out of the Hall of Fame for some gay remarks that he made 10, 15 years ago when he was playing. So, you know, you can't be out here, you know, talking reckless. Now, Tim Hardaway's case, not to justify.
It was a different time back then.
It was a much different time back then, you know what I'm saying? Adrian Bronner, he doesn't have any excuse.
I don't get that dude, man. I swear I don't. It's like we're good for something every 3 months of his foolishness. Every 3 months.
Yeah, absolutely. All the time.
I should expect it because it's the same dude who said he beat Pacquiao. So, and we all know what that was. So,
and I'm about giving credit where credit is due because I mean he do a lot. I see him doing shit for the community and shit where he from. You know, so shout out to him on that. But you do too much fuckery that people don't even see the good shit that you do. You know what I'm saying? You got to calm down.
Character at this point, an arch nemesis.
I mean, he could have been good, man. He wanted to be Floyd. I don't think he could have been that, but he could have been, you know what I'm saying, really, really good in boxing if he would have just stepped back, man, probably get some different people around him that tell him what he need to hear, not what he want to hear, you know, and really, you know, focused on boxing and on his craft, but he focused on the foolishness and shit. He like the black youngster of boxing.
Hey, that shit was still fucked up. You said that dude wasn't even going to be in shape for that fight.
Hey, when you don't show up for shape for fights, I'm not gonna think you're gonna show up for shape, you know, for fights in shape. So, hey, it is what it is. At least he wasn't drunk this time. Hey, man, let's get up out of here. Uncle Hank, tell these people where to reach you at on social media.
At Rike6000, holla at me. I talk sports.
All right, you can find me at Diego Barish. I'm on Twitter as well. Don't forget to check out the AA Sportscast Twitter, Facebook, and IG pages. Also, do not forget, if you're watching us on the YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, leave us some comments. And also, if you like to listen to us on the podcast platforms, whether it's Spreaker or on iTunes, remember to follow us and rate us there. If you're watching on YouTube, you just saw Uncle Hate get up out of here with a last soaking shot. That's a shot. It didn't even hit the motherfucking rim. And for that, we are Sports, baby. Straight sports, no chaser. We up out. Y'all have a good one. Peace.